Hi there, I'm Jaemin Fraser, founder of the Insecurity Project. Life is suffering. The sooner you come to terms with that, the better things will be for you. To resist that idea sets you up for even more suffering because life is suffering. It is a central part of what it means to be a human being. Now, that's not actually a negative statement. That's a wonderfully beautiful statement because if you look back over the most meaningful events in your life, no doubt there will be hardship associated with those meaningful events. Where things are easy, they have no inherent value. There's nothing to remember about them. It's the things that are hard. It's the things that you persevered with. It's the things that you endured that strengthen you, that cause depth and maturity to come out of you. They're the things you most appreciate. So running your own business is a place of suffering. No doubt you are well aware of that. And there's plenty of suffering within that should not be avoided. And even if you could avoid it, you wouldn't want to avoid it because it's part of what makes this process so beautiful and so meaningful to you. You've chosen something hard. You've chosen something that others have said is too hard, but you've decided it's worth your attention and you are giving your all to do that. That is meaningful suffering. However, there is some suffering that is entirely unnecessary, suffering that can be avoided and should be avoided. Insecurity comes under that category. The stated intention of the Insecurity Project is to end unnecessary suffering caused by unresolved insecurity. It causes people to suffer greatly, and it is entirely avoidable kind of suffering, especially when it comes to business. To me, if you have unresolved insecurity, which is a universal thing, by the way, this fear of not being good enough, the fear of being found out as a fraud or fake or somehow inadequate, if you have unresolved insecurity, it will cause you to suffer. And it will cause you to suffer unnecessarily. Let me highlight where unresolved insecurity, will cause you to suffer most within your business. The first place it will show up will be within your levels of assertiveness and certainty. So you will find yourself on the back foot. You will find yourself unsure in the moment of crisis. You will find others looking to you for answers that you don't know what they are, that you don't have. You will find yourself missing opportunities as they pass you by. You will showing up weak in the battle, which will cause you to lose and suffer and miss out, to have others walk away from you, to find ideal clients not choose to work with you, and you will miss out on so many things. The second place that you will find insecurity shows up is that you undervalue your own products and services. You know that you're good at what you do, you know have great value, but you find yourself giving discounts. You find yourself struggling to put a value on your time and energy. You find people taking advantage of you. You feel used and abused. You find yourself giving away your time for free. You feel yourself living with obligation and expectation, doing what others want you to do and what you should do and what is the right thing to do, even though it costs you a fortune. So you will suffer greatly. You will feel undervalued. You'll feel like people never really get your brilliance or the gift that you bring. The third place it'll cause you to suffer is in your potential. You know, if you've got this entrepreneurial spirit and you're trying to do big things, no doubt you have an ambitious drive inside you. And you are aware that you are capable of some extraordinary things on your best day. Yet try as you might, you haven't seen that best day. That best day has gone missing. It's gone unrealized. And you watch other people exceed your performance. You watch other people with less skill, less talent, less ability achieve better results. And it's unfair, and there's a sense of injustice to it. And it makes you jealous if you're really honest. Your other people's success frustrates you because you know you deserve to be there. You know you have better stuff to offer. Yet, try as you might, your potential goes unrealized. That causes suffering. That causes you to doubt your ability. That causes you to maybe question that you are delusional. Maybe you're not as good as you think you are. You'll also suffer in your motivation and energy levels. You will notice procrastination, avoidance. You will find yourself dilly-dallying around the most important task, the task that you know if you were to complete would drive your business forward, yet you find that they keep bumping themselves down the to-do list and keep going undone. You will find energy levels drop. You will find laziness creep in. You will find sickness get in the way. You will find your body as an enemy. You'll feel tired, exhausted all the time, as though you're driving the car with a handbrake on, this internal resistance fighting you all the way to get the things done. And that will cause great suffering. That will cause you to fear the worst about your capacity. Again, you will fear that you are not strong enough. You don't have what it takes, and that you can't harness the skill and expertise inside you and actually bring them to the market. You will fear that you are a lazy person, that there is something bad about your motivation levels. And if you could just try harder and be better and force yourself, then you would solve this problem. Yet you haven't worked out how to actually be more disciplined. And so again, your motivation levels cause you to suffer. And finally, the fifth area that you will notice unresolved insecurity show up in your business is in the speed of operations. You will notice things take forever. You will watch inefficiencies within your business, in your problem solving capacity. You will see things that need fixing, and you will struggle to have them fixed. There'll be communication breakdown. There'll be back and forth iterations that don't quite hit the mark. There'll be team meetings that never actually get anywhere. You'll be distracted. You will be slowed. You will be hindered. Things will get in the way. You will feel resistance at every point, and things will slow down. Things will take forever, and that will cause you to suffer. That will cause increased frustration. That will cause untold disappointment. That you will miss deadlines. That you feel like you're falling further and further behind, and this dream is slipping away from you. I started this by saying all that suffering is unnecessary. And that is a beautiful message. Insecurity can be solved. It is just like any problem. All you need to solve the problem is a proven framework and someone skillful enough to hold you in the space until it works. Now, maybe you already have solved the insecurity problem, which is a wonderful thing, like many have, and you're free to show up unhindered, free to be at your best where it matters most, free to execute the things that are most important in your life, and you are on your way. But until you have solved the insecurity problem, you will be hindered by it. It will be the lid. You may have a wonderful business plan, incredible marketing plan, a great team, a strategic plan, all the frameworks, all the knowledge, all the tools, everything's in place. Yet the limiting factor is your ability to be the kind of person who could actually execute those things. You are the one holding yourself back. And until you work out how to solve that, you will continue to hold yourself back. That's the point here. It can be solved. It will be solved. There is a process. When you solve insecurity in these 5 areas, you get certainty back. And that is an incredibly important thing for business, as you could imagine. Your ability to lead a team strongly, to give clear direction, and to be trusted. That's incredibly important. Your certainty gives your clients permission to be certain. They have problems to be solved. They are looking for an answer. Your ability to show up and speak a clear message with certainty fills them full of confidence that they know they have found what they are looking for and they need to search no further. Your solving the insecurity problem leads to increased profit. Money is the reward you get for accurately understanding your value in the world. When you do the work of owning your inherent value and worth, not feeling like an imposter at all, showing up confident that you have communicated great value and you can exceed the value that you have communicated, then money is your reward. It must lead to a better relationship with finances within your business. You actually get to become the KPI. You know you're sitting on a mountain of potential. You've always known that that value is inside you. You just haven't seen it realized. You've got the frameworks in place. The tools are there. You've got everything else that you need. Now you are actually able to show up without the handbrake on, free to be that person. You have full permission to be at your best where it matters most. Your motivation levels are peak performance level. And that's not to say you are on all the time, which would be a ridiculous notion. Most people have no idea what being on is because they're never off. They exist in the middle zone. Peak performance is about really being on and really being off, being relaxed, being present, knowing that you've got this, knowing that you can access the magic inside you. We all have magic. The problem is most people can't access it when they need it. Peak performance is, you know, when you need to be on, you will be on. You know, in the moment of crisis, you will have the answer. You know, when that problem needs to be solved, you have the capacity to show up at your best. You know, when that important meeting comes up, you are there and you are ready. That is the kind of motivation you need. You know that you have everything inside you pointed in the same direction and you have all the energy you need. Self-permission is a far more beautiful and lasting form of motivation than self-discipline could ever be. You're no longer fighting against yourself. You are totally aligned. And the final piece, you get speed back. And that's not about hustle. It's not about being driven. It's not about being rushed. It's about efficiency. It's about effectiveness. It's about communication that is quick, is easy, is uncluttered, that does not get distracted, that is not sidetracked. You know where you're going, you believe you have the capacity to get there, and you execute against that quickly. You make the right decisions the first time, you have clear answers to the main problems, and you're on your way, which means you develop momentum, which is the measure of how hard it is to stop an object in motion. You become hard to stop. You become someone with increasing speed and weight, moving forward with growth, progress, and success, and definitely hard to stop. They are the rewards of solving insecurity. The Insecurity Project is about providing some clear, intelligent, and complete thinking to that insecurity problem. To me, insecurity is a kindergarten problem. And that's not to judge anyone who hasn't solved it. It's just to say it's not the real problem. I believe in a world where entrepreneurs are the ones solving the real problems. I think we each have important problems that we are born to solve. And I see people not getting to the real work of their life because they're still stuck solving the kindergarten problem. It's getting in the way, and it's causing them to doubt their capacity to ever be the kind of person who can go and solve the real world's problems. We live in a world with plenty of problems, and we need entrepreneurs to be at their best. That requires them to solve the insecurity problem first. My work has been to elicit and extract the strategies of people who have been able to solve this problem throughout time and show up to life unhindered, free to be at their best where it matters most. There are 7 essential practices, it turns out, to solving this problem effectively and in a way that lasts. And it is my entire conviction that it is possible not to just mask, manage, and medicate insecurity, but to be able to eradicate it from your life at the level of growth that you're at. Inevitably, being insecurity free and unhindered causes you to grow and move into new levels of uncertainty, which will cause new insecurities to show up, which you'll use the same 7 practices to solve on that level of growth that you solved them on this level of growth. It is a continuing process, but an enjoyable process, a predictable process, and a process that works. I'd love any opportunity to serve you in this space and for you to be convinced that this is a problem that can and must be solved, for you to go on and solve the most important problems.